We're watching films on the toilet, because that's what dads have to do. When the movie's unsuitable for your kids, then pretend you need a number two. If you need a break from your family or spouse, there's a lavatorial picture house. Watch Terminator 2 while you're sitting on the loo. Enjoy the whole of Rambo 4 with your trousers on the floor. We're watching films on the toilet. How about you?
You had The Rock.
Stone Cold.
Undertaker was the American badass.
Yeah.
Remember when he returned and he chokeslammed about 17 people and I was on my feet. Shane McMahon, he did crazy stuff.
He fell off a tower, didn't he?
Yeah, if Shane McMahon had been my son, I would have been really proud of him.
Yeah, you don't see him at all anymore. Did he die?
I imagine he might have fallen out with his dad.
Well, I think a lot of people did. I remember watching someone interviewing him. They asked him some really serious question. It was like, loads of wrestlers really seem to be dying. Are you not concerned? And he was just like, oh, boo, and made a face. He was like,
Vince, you're not in character now.
He's so used to playing a heel that he now doesn't realise either that, or it's the astonishing amount of human growth hormones and roids that he's taken.
He might just be a complete son of a bitch. It might just be that.
He is, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
A jacked SOB.
Jacked.
We're so used to watching them in wrestling in the ring, you lose all perspective, and you sort of forget that they're ginormous.
Yeah.
They're so big. Like, volume-wise, they're the same size as like a fridge. They're the same volume as a chest freezer.
Massive.
They're enormous.
It's like if basketball players were two basketball players next to each other.
Yeah. Imagine a human heart trying to transport blood around a chest freezer. It's not going to happen. That's why they all die.
Yeah. Jacked on the outside, dead on the inside.
Ooh, like some sort of delicious chocolate. Jacked on the outside, dead on the inside. It just sounds like a chocolate.
Maltesers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it would be a Malteser, wouldn't it? That's the chocolate is jacked. And
Yeah, because it's like full of air, so nothing really. Anyway, well, welcome to Watching Films on the Toilet. I am Ben.
I'm Ben also.
Oh, okay, good. This time we're going to be discussing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the third in the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. We're going to be chatting about that later. First of all, Eamonn. Ben.
Thank you.
Do we have any correspondence from last week's episode?
Yes, I have a piece of correspondence to you.
I do.
Why don't you go first?
Okay, I'll go first. All right, so got a big one, Eamonn.
Oh.
It's a letter from Tom Cruise. I know.
Okay.
Here we go. Hi guys, it's Tom. You may have heard that Evil Dead Rise has done some decent business at the box office. Some very decent business. It reminded me that I've always wanted to produce a horror movie that makes Top Gun money. After The Mummy, I was determined to make a more successful horror movie. But Chris McQuarrie, Steven Spielberg, and even James Corden said no, Tom. But I don't recognise no. I kept trying, but I couldn't figure it out until I heard your pitch for Evil Dead on a surfboard. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Low budget, terrifying, moneymaker. A hero trapped in the middle of the ocean with a demon on a surfboard. Why didn't I think of that? I spoke to Chris McQuarrie and he started working on a treatment. I think you guys are going to love it. The hero, an ex-Navy SEAL, is me. I swim 7 miles out to sea to rescue a surfer who's in trouble, all in one take. As we head back to the beach, I realise he's my son, who I haven't spoken to for 20 years. Then, a plane crashes, for real, into the ocean, and I hold my breath for 25 minutes to save the survivors. There's only one, and he's in pretty bad shape. With his last dying breath, he reads from the book he's holding, and as the plane explodes, for real, a demonic curse takes hold of my son. So we're trapped together on a surfboard, and the only way for me to save his soul is to surf the biggest wave anyone has ever surfed. I've already started training. We start shooting in the fall. Thank you for your inspiration, Tom.
Oh, wow.
That's it. I mean, what he's done there, Eamon, is he's taken our Evil Dead pitch and it feels like he's turned it into something slightly different.
Do we get like an exec producer credit?
I mean, he said thank you. So I feel like that might be it. Yeah. Shall we sue him?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's get into a legal battle with Tom Cruise. I think we'll win.
Famously easygoing, isn't he, when it comes to legal matters?
We've got a lawyer, haven't we?
Yeah.
He's what's his name? Dustin Crabb, isn't it?
Yeah, good old Dustin.
Our lawyer.
Yeah.
Our lawyer Dustin Crabb. He gets mostly you gets in quite a lot of scrapes.
Yeah.
And thankfully he smooths all that out, doesn't he?
His nerves are absolutely shredded because we've got in so much hot water that whenever I call him now, he starts shaking uncontrollably.
He's always quite upbeat when he answers the phone, Dustin Crabb, and then you say, "Oh, it's Ben." "Oh, hi Ben. What's Eamonn done this time?"
He's made quite a lot of money from us, hasn't he?
He's made a small fortune.
But his ugly children through college.
His ugly children.
Do you not remember how ugly his children are?
What are they called? Louise Crabbe and
Joan.
Louise Crabbe and Joan Crabbe. Both girls. I was going to say girls. A boy as well. Try and balance out the ugly.
No, only ugly girls.
Wondering how Dustin Crabb is going to deal with this one.
What are you going to do, Dustin? Sue us?
Sue us for dissing your own ugly kids?
Yeah, and well, I mean, he has said. He has referred to them a number of times as my ugly children.
He has. My hideous kids, he calls them.
I said, look, legally, are we okay to say that on the podcast? And he was just like, look at them. Of course you can.
So I think we'll get Dustin on this Tom Cruise thing and see how it plays out.
Brilliant.
Okay, so any more letters?
Yeah, I've got a telegram.
A telegram? I like it.
Hello, stop. This is the mayor of show business. Stop. Do you remember from
yes, I remember the mayor
opener?
of show business, yeah.
Mayor of show business.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him for a while, but here we go.
Yeah. I'm sending a telegram as I'm an old-timey character. Stop. That's on brand. Have been listening to the podcast. Eamon still dog shit. Stop. Lists are not funny. Being mean to Ben, not funny. Pretentious monotone voice, not funny. Stop. Ben, much improved. The noises are better, and I like his racist jokes, which you never keep in the first cut. Stop. Eamon is through. He's a bum, a real jerk. Stop. I'm sending round goons to take him to comedy prison, where he will join Shazia Mirza, Joe Lycett, and Jade Adams. Yeah, that's right, with all the women and gays. Yours, the mayor of show business.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, the mayor of show business does seem to have quite an old-fashioned.
I have to apologise for his very much in character remarks there.
Yeah.
But just bear in mind, he's an old throwback type character.
Yeah, from the golden age of Hollywood.
From the golden age, so he's got some very old-fashioned.
Not woke, is he? He's not very woke.
Not woke at all. So yeah, I'm sure, barring some unforeseen circumstances, nothing to worry about there.
No, clearly not. Great. Okay. Any toilet news, Eamon?
Yes. This is from thedailymail.com.
All right, good.
I'm a plumbing expert, and these are the 6 things you should never flush down the toilet. You could end up with a huge bill.
Oh, I like this.
Right. So, this is not really a news story. It's more of like a quiz. Expert plumber Sean Richardson has come up with like the 6 worst things to flush down your toilet.
Feeling like these might be fairly obvious, but I'm interested to see what he comes up with.
Yeah, we'll see. So, go on. Let's see how you do.
Oh, you want me to guess?
Yeah, you have to guess, yeah.
Okay. Wet wipes.
Yes, top answer.
Don't flush them wet wipes.
Well, he said baby wipes, so actually you're wrong.
It's the same. I'm taking it as a win.
Okay.
Next one. Plastic bag?
No, you must have plastic bag.
I mean, you shouldn't.
I think everyone should.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's like saying, it's like you shouldn't flush a watermelon. I think it's...
Exactly. Yeah. Wood?
No, you're getting further away, Ben. First one was good.
Shouldn't flush wood down the toilet, though, should you?
You probably shouldn't.
No. Bread?
Again, no. Shall I write these in the comment section? What Sean's not said, not mentioned, is plastic bags and bread.
Yeah. I like sanitary products.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, female hygiene products.
Yeah. Money?
Well, it doesn't say money, but of course you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Let me give you a clue.
Okay, give me a clue.
Something to do with your teeth.
Floss?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that's it's not biodegradable, is it?
No. And
Tangles stuff up.
It tangles exactly. It gets tangled with other things. So if you're flushing a litter of kittens, for example, to get tangled up with them.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt them. Hair?
Yes, very good.
I'm on a roll now. Hair. Kittens?
Yeah, kittens.
Yeah. Fish?
Fish, definitely. No, fish you should flush. It
You
says.
should flush. Okay,
Yeah,
you should
definitely.
flush a fish. Okay, what were the last two? Just give them to me.
Plasters.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
This one, I think this one's unusual. Paper towels and tissues,
I like kitchen roll.
which always I think is
Yeah.
like it's like a good substitution, isn't it? If you're absolutely desperate.
But yes, I would say that's your first port of
Yeah.
call if you have some. Hand towel.
That's second port of call.
That's the last resort, I would say.
No, last resort it would be like a broom.
Yeah, good. I mean, just good. It's a good list. That's quite handy, actually. What would you have added to the list? Because I've come up with lots of ideas.
I'll tell you one thing I often flush down the toilet is soup.
Soup.
Our local council takes away compostable food once a week, so we have this little caddy
Yes.
in our kitchen, and I'm always worried about the integrity of the compostable bags. So I put in pretty much everything else, but when it comes to soup or a custard,
Yeah.
even a cottage cheese, that goes down the downstairs toilet.
You don't put that in the sink and just wash it away?
Yeah, they end up in the same place, don't they? But I just feel like toilets, it can take it.
Your family must think you're in trouble when you're pouring a load of soup and gloop into the
Well, I don't
toilet.
do it in secret. I don't smuggle it in. Where are you going, Eamonn? Yeah, nowhere.
I'm fine. It's soup.
Yeah. Depends how viscous it is. I draw the line at a trifle. I wouldn't flush a trifle.
You did say custard. That would be quite gloopy.
Okay. I would skim the custard off and flush that.
Okay.
The jelly and the sponges I would put in the caddy.
Shouldn't flush a jelly down the toilet.
I just said I wouldn't. I said I'd put that in the caddy.
I think it would be quite funny to watch a whole jelly disappear down the toilet. Like squeeze into a big jelly that squeezes itself down the U-bend.
Do you know that sensation you get when like you've used quite a lot of toilet roll and then you flush it and then the water level rises and you're like, oh, and then it sinks and you're like, yes.
Phew.
In a way that's like it's even more rewarding than a regular flush.
Yes.
Just like
Yeah.
that, all that water is getting that stuff the hell out of here.
Yeah.
That's never coming back.
I think jelly would do the same thing, wouldn't it?
It would. It was absolutely terrifying though when it creeps up and then it continues creeping. That's oh God. The worst feeling there can ever be.
Definitely. I can't think of anything worse than that.
There's nothing worse than that.
Nothing worse.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, there we go.
All right. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Eamon, you saw this slightly more recently than I did. How did you see it?
Saw it in the pictures in my local View cinema.
Picture Jose.
And I spent almost £14 on popcorn and what was it called? It was really annoying. It was like an ice drink, but it was like £7.
Was it a Tango Blast?
It was, yeah.
They're pretty good.
They are, but it was like 50% air.
Yeah.
So they pass you the cup and you think, oh man, this is going to be so heavy. It's going to feel so heavy in my hand because there's so much of it. I can't wait. And then you lift it up and you're like, oh, it's so light.
And when you sit, you can't even get it through the straw.
Yeah.
The people are going to be bothered because you're trying to suck it so hard during the film.
I know, you need to bring a spoon.
Don't take that clip out of context. Tango Blast.
Yeah, going to run that on a loop to promote this episode.
Oh God! I took my kids to see it.
Totally against the MO, but never
I
mind.
know completely. But you wanted to see this film, so this is why we're doing it. And yeah, I ended up spending £50. It's ridiculous.
For God's sake.
When I went to the cinema before on my own, I got a pick and mix, and it was weighed, and it was a decent amount of pick and mix. It was only like £2. And I thought, maybe the scale was broken.
Yeah.
I said to my young son, like, yeah, you get some pick and mix then. So 2 bags, me and him got one, 10 quid. And then Tango Blast and popcorn, 20 quid on top of the £30 tickets.
Insane.
£50
Absolute
for cinema.
insanity, I know.
You better enjoy this, boys, I said. You better enjoy it. But anyway, it's mad. And what did you drink for me so I can give a summary of the film?
So, you know how Peter Quill is really drunk at the beginning of the film?
He gets proper smashed, doesn't he?
Yeah, I thought I'd do the same.
Oh, good. Good lad.
Yeah, so I just had I had a few beers, I had a few shots of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
And a big old glass of wine.
Nice. A bottle of vodka?
Got a bottle of vodka and some Baileys.
Yeah.
And a load of rum.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah.
And some steaming hot mulled wine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Anything else?
Yeah, I had some Chambord, which is the round bottle.
All right. I bet you were probably so smashed that you found a bottle of Fernet Branca and down that as well.
I had some Fernet Branca. It was horrible.
Even when you were gone.
Yeah, absolutely wasted. What's this?
Any absinthe? You had a bottle of that lying around, didn't you?
I had some absinthe,
Yeah.
and mixed that in with some Pimm's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had
Bottle of cider?
Had some cider and some amaretto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like Campari when you've had that much to drink as well, don't you?
Yeah, I like a little bit of Campari and Aperol I had as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some rosé.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get on it, you really...
Yeah, thinking about it, that's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. Yeah, it's quite a lot. Was that it?
Yeah, and some gin.
Oh, a bit of gin.
A gin and tonic, yeah. A Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some flaming sambucas.
Right.
Yeah, and what else? And a port. I had finished
Schnapps? Any schnapps?
some peach schnapps, a sherry, some port. It's funny, isn't it? Because the mayor of show business says that lists aren't funny.
It's almost like you're trying to call his bluff, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Like, is he actually going to lock you away?
Doubt it. That guy's an old-fashioned jerk.
Yeah, he is an old-fashioned jerk. All right, good. And how long did that incredible amount of alcohol give me for my summary?
19 seconds.
Okay. Ooh, that's let's see.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
So we open with a vicious attack on the Guardians' headquarters by Adam Warlock, a golden childlike fella who puts Rocket Raccoon in a coma. While the other Guardians try to find a way to heal Rocket, we flash back to the time he was a cute baby raccoon who was experimented on by the High Evolutionary, a nasty piece of work who's trying to create the perfect species. Rocket makes some cute cybernetic animal friends who come up with funny names for each other, only to be horribly shot to death before Rocket tears his creator's face off. You know, for kids. In the present, the team is split up and reunited and split up again, while Star-Lord tries to get Gamora from another timeline to fall in love with him because she doesn't remember falling in love with him. After saving Rocket, they all almost die, and then they win, of course, but ultimately decide to go their separate ways to begin new film and television franchises. The end.
Oh, very good. That was very fast. Well done.
I did try.
41 seconds.
Okay. I mean, double the time, but actually, when I approached the summary, I thought, God, that was a lot going on in that film, but it wasn't. There wasn't that much at all.
I was just thinking
it was quite, yeah.
And it was a long old film, wasn't it?
2.5 hours. How do you feel about the other Guardians movies before we get into this one?
I remember liking the first one quite a lot because it wasn't quite so earnest as a lot of the other superhero movies. And it was funny.
Yeah.
The second one was a bit weirder. And this one felt like a bit like it continued that trend. Didn't feel as kind of light-hearted and flippant, which I suppose it can't be, but what about you?
I think the first one is one of Marvel's best movies. The second one I was quite disappointed by. This one, well, yeah, let's get into it. This was pretty dark.
Yes.
I took my kids and I did expect to see my young son sobbing at one point.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to be that bothered, which was actually more concerning.
Yeah.
The whole Rocket Raccoon backstory I thought was great.
Really good.
And devastating. And all along, through all the films, they've said Rocket doesn't talk about his past. It's like, oh, okay, that's why.
What's the worst thing you've done to an animal?
I haven't done anything horrible to animals. I have a cat who I treat very well.
You called a dog a wanker once, didn't you? And you did the wanker sign in its face.
The dog didn't understand. What about you? Have you been horrible to animals?
I once got an empty Coke bottle. I wedged a robin in the end. And then I stood on a wall and jumped off the wall onto the bottle to make the robin fly really fast.
I mean, it's horrible, but really inventive. I think you get a pass.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. How did you feel about the High Evolutionary, the villain?
I started off thinking, oh, he's really good. I like his motivation and I like the actor. But as it went on, he became a bit of a ham.
Yeah.
He's very theatrical. And when I read up on the actor afterwards, he is a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company, I think.
Yeah. He was actually and shouty. I quite enjoyed that. I liked it when he went a bit mad. Because he was a complete psycho. But yeah, he did go from interesting villain to pretty straightforward Marvel villain.
I liked his look. I loved it when Quill describes him as like looking like RoboCop. I was like, yes, that's exactly what that face looks like. It's amazing.
And then he had no face at the end.
Oof.
Another horrific reveal.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure if that's suitable for kids.
Let me tell you, it's not.
Yeah.
But they see it anyway.
And how were your boys when they saw that?
They didn't really say much. Did they say it was their favourite Guardians film? You know, every film they see is their favourite film.
Yeah. I've not decided whether or not to flush or fish this film yet. I thought I'd make up my mind during this chat.
Yeah.
It was the best Marvel film I've seen for a while.
Yes, I agree.
But I was annoyed that they set up another sequel at the end straight away. You know, you have a big emotional ending bit.
Yeah.
And then it's immediately sort of undermined by, oh, don't worry, we're all coming back.
Star-Lord will return. What I liked is I felt like the characters could die. It felt like they could have died, which I think is more important than them actually dying.
Right.
In the other Marvel movies I've watched, I knew no one was going to die.
Yeah.
But in this, I actually thought, like, when Star-Lord froze and his face all swelled up,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they've killed him.
Yeah.
Which would have been great.
Yeah. They should have.
They should have. That would have been good. But for that moment, being convinced that he was dead, that worked. That worked. And then they didn't, which is fine. He's Star-Lord.
Yeah.
I did feel like some of the needle drops were a bit forcing emotion. Like, I could have been sad for longer, but then a song would play and it's like, right, you got to be excited now.
Yeah.
And oh, you got to be sad now. And I didn't feel like that so much in the other films, but there were so many in this. They reset the mood in quite a forceful way.
What's the worst piece of music they could have put in there?
What, for the ending?
Or anywhere?
I don't know. I mean, if they'd chosen sort of like Dane Bowers, that would have been a weird choice.
Oh, well, the Dane Bowers and...
Victoria Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dane, you're out of your mind.
This tune's going to punish you. And
Yeah,
then cut to black at the end.
I'm not out of my mind.
I would have loved it if they...
Any garage track would have been awful. Was it Baby Cakes or something? Was it?
Oh, God, yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Gotta Get Through This by Daniel Bedingfield?
Bedingfield.
Bow, bow. That instead of Creep at the beginning, that... down, down, down. If only I could get through this.
I think it could have worked quite well. I think maybe that playing as Rocket ripped the High Evolutionary's face off would have really kicked in. I think maybe So Solid Crew at that point could have kicked in. 10 multiplied by 2 plus 1, Romeo done. That's the end of the film right there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or Or end with Blazing Squad. See you at the crossroads, because that's quite emotional.
That would have worked.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it emotional? It always gets me.
And they all start singing it, all the characters.
See you at the crossroads.
Yeah.
See you at the crossroads. Yeah, that would have been good, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, they would have been terrible.
It's
really
interesting,
bad.
isn't it, how we've basically picked all songs from exactly from the same era, early 2000s garage.
Yeah, the worst. The very worst. I mean, yeah, any new metal, like maybe...
Papa Roach.
Oh, God, yeah. If they drop Papa Roach. Oh, when they're all getting kitted up to go on the mission. Cut my life into pieces. Oh, that would have been really bad. Yeah.
What about Rollin' by Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, that would have been...
man. So basically, early 2000s garage or new metal would be a brilliant alternative soundtrack to this.
Yeah. I felt like most of the characters got a good emotional send-off. The one that didn't work for me was Adam Warlock.
Yes.
I like Will Poulter, but they needed to go a bit further with his character if he was going to be childlike. It just wasn't enough. He just didn't do much.
Yeah, it's just very sort of surface level. So, like, by the end, when he sort of has this redemption arc, I was just like, oh, okay. I wasn't that blown away by it.
Yeah, he was the one that disappointed me. But everyone else, as I said, I liked Cosmo, the Russian dog.
Yes.
I liked she was very funny and, just really cross that she was called a bad dog.
Yes, that was hilarious.
Take it back. I thought that was really good. Drax is just always good value.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very sweet when he, when they said that
you're not a destroyer, you're a dad.
Yeah, you're a dad. It's like, oh God. I thought Star-Lord and Gamora's, they've got good chemistry, and it was kind of heartbreaking.
But I thought that was exactly the right way to do it. I think it would have felt too phony if they got back together, but it was like an acknowledgement of, I could see how we could have been together, but I'm not that girl.
If your wife completely forgot that she was ever in love with you, do you think now you'd be able to charm her again?
No way.
No.
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 I couldn't, and I wouldn't. I'm not putting all that effort in again. No way.
Wow.
Listen, if you've got 2 kids, if you want to go through rigmarole of getting divorced, you go for it. I can tell you now, it's more hassle than it's worth.
I'll put up a fight. Dustin Crabb is on our side, so any divorce is going to be hella messy.
Listen, I've got the lawyer with the 2 ugliest children you've ever seen. He has no reason to want to go home. He spends all day in the office, so I'm winning this fight.
He has nothing else to fight for
Yeah.
other than his case.
He ain't going to fight for his children, he's going to fight for mine.
He's going to fight for custody of mine.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking the opposite. I think my wife met me when I was definitely the worst of version of my life.
Oh, yeah.
The most intoxicated, the most self-loathing, and the most long-haired, gothic. So I think if she fell for me then, like now,
yeah,
I'd be really charming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine. All right. So, Eamonn, da. Would you flush Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 like the High Evolutionary flushed away all the disappointing species that he created? Or would you fish it out like Peter Quill was fished out of space when his face went all bloaty because he was dead?
It's gross, wasn't it, that bit? Oh, man, this is a tricky decision.
It is tricky.
I liked all the stuff with Rocket. I thought it was great. I also thought the film was too long. I thought Baddie was good, but then was a bit hammy. And I don't really think Chris Pratt is a brilliant actor in this, or anyone was that good.
I thought he was better in this than he's been
Really?
for some time, actually. I liked his performance in this. Did you enjoy it, though?
Did I? That's the question.
That's what I asked.
Oh, can you go first this time?
All right, fine. I'd fish it out. I really enjoyed it. I think it was much better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It was a bit long. It was a bit uneven, but I like those characters a lot, and I feel that they got the emotional payoff that they deserved. And on the whole, I was very entertained. As you said, best Marvel movie I've seen for some time. Yeah,
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
I fish it out. What about you? Since I can't make up my mind.
No, it was good. It was good hearing your thoughts. I mean, actually, when you compare this to the last Thor, Love and Thunder, which I was terrible.
Yeah.
This was very good in that the way it wrapped up. You know, had a big, good, solid emotional heart to it. The story with Rocket was good, and the story with Peter and Gamora, I thought was very satisfying yet sad. So I probably would fish it out, actually.
Oh, okay. All right.
As long as they never make another Marvel film ever again.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
I think I'm safe there.
That means that this film is going in the Tank of Glory. I've numbered the Tank of Glory films. So our Tank of Glory is a place where we put the very bestest films that we both fish out of the toilet. At the moment, we have Top Gun Maverick, Infinity Pool, Banshees of Inisherin, Evil Dead Rise, and John Wick 4. I've numbered them. Eamon, pick a number between 1 and 5.
4.
Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, off.
That was definitely the strongest film in the tank.
Oh, God.
Eamon's head is in his hands.
This is nowhere near.
It's not, but
Just not even close.
this is the game.
Well, I'm going to assume that's anti-Irish racism on your part, and you just chose the Irish film because you hate
Oh
the
yeah,
Irish.
definitely that. It's spent all this time and I decide now to get rid of it. Of course.
That's it. It makes perfect sense. No one would suspect a thing.
Yeah, whatever. Good, so Guardians is in. Tank of Glory. Right, so there we go. Time for this episode's top 5, in which myself and Eamon will attempt to guess each other's top 5 picks on a certain movie theme. This week, it's our favourite animals from films. Whoever gets the most guesses gets to pick the next film. Whoever gets the least does a forfeit. You lost last week, Eamon, so you get to go first this week.
I'm going to choose a duplicate. I'm going to say the shark from Jaws.
Yeah, got the shark from Jaws.
Yeah.
Obvs. It's a great white shark, isn't he?
Oh, he's the best.
Okay, I will follow up with another duplicate, which you should have on your list. Babe the pig.
No, I don't.
I'm not sure if we can continue this. Babe is like next level, mate.
He is next level, you're right. All right, another duplicate. Paddington from the recent live-action films.
Yeah, I like Paddington.
It's funny, isn't it? It's really funny.
They're funny films. All right, so if I don't get this, you basically won. I'll say any of the apes from the Planet of the Apes films.
No. So you lose in spectacular fashion.
Well done. Okay, what have you got?
Jaws and Jaws, Paddington. I had the tiger from Life of Pi. I had Baloo from the Jungle Book, the cartoon version. And I had King Kong from the original King Kong. What did you have?
Paddington, Doug from Up,
He's hilarious.
Jaws, Babe, and Black Phillip,
Yeah.
a goat in the film called The Witch, who is the most terrifying goat you will ever encounter in your life. So yeah, well done, well done.
Thanks.
Okay, so I have to do a forfeit then.
Your forfeit is to make your wife forget you.
Oh, that'll go well.
Yeah, so obviously Gamora has no idea who Peter Quill is. You need to do the same thing, but with your actual wife.
You know, on other podcasts, like, with lads, it'll be like, oh, you got an eating onion. I have to make my wife forget me.
In fairness, eating an onion is funny.
It is fun. I'm not going to eat an onion.
Oh, well.
I'd rather make my wife forget me, actually.
Last time I did a forfeit, and this is it. This week, I've been tasked with reading a cursed book, so I've come to Waterstones in Balham to find one. Hello there. I was after a cursed book to read. Do you have any of the following? The Grand Grimoire, the Codex Gigas, Book of Soiga, the Orphan Story, or the Necronomicon?
No, most of those are banned, out of print, or made up.
Rats. It's vital I read a cursed book. It's for a podcast.
It's just that cursed books aren't really a thing.
Tell you what, just give me a Nigella Lawson cookbook. I mean, she looks a bit like a witch, so it could be cursed.
Here you go, sir.
So I'm back home now. I'll read this recipe for a cheats chicken cacciatore and see what happens. Well, I've read the recipe. Sounds delicious, but nothing has really happened. Apart from the fact that I've turned into a giant chicken. So I guess Nigella really is a witch. Oh well, worth it.
All right, Eamon, so what is our next movie going to be?
The next film is... Oh, sorry, I've just had something at the door. Hang on, I better go. Hang on. One sec.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. We're only doing a podcast. I'll just keep talking. Fine. Yeah, not a problem.
Hello?
Eamon's gone.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm Eamon.
hot mic.
What? Comedy prison? I thought that was a joke. Oh, shit. I'm just in the podcast. Do you mind? Can I just wrap it up before I go? Okay. All right. Thanks.
What just happened?
Yeah. So that was some goons
Oh,
coming to take me to comedy prison. So
so the mayor of show business is actually going to get you taken away?
that wasn't a joke. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I have to do the goodbyes and then I need to go. So
What am I going to do?
I don't know. You just have to sort something out whilst I'm away. You'll think of something. It'll be fine.
This is awful.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Right. Well,
Okay.
thanks to our Patreons,
Yeah.
which is Big Ben, Foz, Raf, and Ben's mum and dad.
No funny.
Sorry, I can't do anything. I'm about to go to prison, so I'm
God.
sorry if my mind's are on other things.
This is terrible.
Perhaps you can put the Patreon money towards my bail.
Yeah, I think we might need a bit more than that, but I'll sort something out.
When I get my phone call, I'll be in touch, I guess.
Well, yeah, call me.
I'll call you. Right, they are asking me to go, so
Okay.
yeah, keep flushing. See you when I see you.
All right. Bye.